All right, Grings. All right, it's the chat portion of the webinar. All right, testing. Okay, we're all systems go here. All right. Hope people survived the holiday or whatever this is. Enjoy Kwanzaa. Live in a world we don't have to deal with these holidays, but anyway, it's good to have a rest though. All right, Christy. Which star system is the White Tiger Jade Dragon from? It feels like Sirius. That's the only thing I'm picking up on that. Remnants are on Sirius B, but Sirius C also, but Sirius in general, so it has different connections there. What are my alien DNA percentages? 4% Lyran, 5% Palladian, 6% Syrian, 4% Andromedan, 3% insectoid. What are the other ones? 4% Zeta. Yeah, I'm probably missing one. I can't remember them all right now. I think that's about it. Yeah. Angel. During this month, I caught an orb the size of a baseball on camera. Cool. In my bedroom. Jeez. Who feel who it was? It feels Palladian. It feels like a long lost love or a love from another reality, or somebody you're very connected to energetically, like a relationship. Of course, is in the fourth dimension, so it's just yeah, it feels very peaceful overall. Yeah, it feels like a cat being, Palladian cat being. Neat. Question 2. I was also caught a huge face, another orb. Well, 1214. That also appeared in my impression of my inner forearm. On 1222, who was that? Let me reread this again. I caught a huge face in another orb. Huh. Kind of like a tattoo, I guess you can say, in some regard. Huh. That feels Zeta. It just feels like you're putting the pieces together. Genetic heritage. So this shows that you're making spiritual progress. Of course, you always are, but it's kind of confirmation that you're going in the right direction. And this seems like, yeah, there's a feline frequency you're definitely typing into, like a lioness energy. So you're getting like compliments from your lioness side. And I feel like this is Zetas. We're just assisting that that whole, what happened there over the 14th and the 22nd. Always has to. You also get a Venus energy too. Definitely, you are connected to Venus in different ways. So just a lot of that might possibly come to mind. Memories might possibly start to break through at some point. Chris, I did see and dream that or in some big building in China. Huh. And this big building apartment was breaking down, and so there was some early changes. Yeah, that was astral projection. Uh, they're not going to really. Feels like chemical warfare is going on there. You're there as an observer. Feels government interference, some kind of shadow government stuff going on. You know, you're just, I don't know. That one's going to become a mystery. Uh, well, yeah, the building was being condemned, but it feels like it was done artificially, meaning like something was done to it, weaponized, that caused all of that. What's that's the vibe I get? Meaning it didn't have to happen. So something, some kind of experiment, you saw how 2020 went. It's kind of similar, but I feel a weather weapon energy from that. So I don't know. It's always going to be kind of a mystery there. But you're observing it for sure. That's and the Earth changes. Yeah, huh? Yeah, just your own intuition. Just follow. Yeah, just follow what's coming. Yeah, this. I do feel a CERN's energy there. I don't know. Just it's going to be a bit of a. It might not ever make a whole lot of sense, but you never know. The building can also, show some of your foundation, some of your energy. Last week, question two. Question last week, I had a dream where it was some girl and had another experience that felt so real. I ended up feel who was and any connection. Well, it was a potential connection that couldn't come into this reality. Yeah, well, at least it's something, right? It just shows how the physical is so screwed up, you know. And just such a, unless you're like a broken down person, they usually find each other and you're not here to be broken down. So it's like you're not here to be a train wreck, but train wrecks seem to find each other. So it makes it hard to meet anybody when you're not here to destroy yourself, you know? If you're not here to become a problem to somebody, it's like you're not that interesting, you know what I mean? This is just a fucking just a crumbling world we are living in, you know? Like disasters seem to attract each other. If you're not here to be a disaster to somebody or be a parasite, I don't know. It's just like you're just I don't know, man. It can't happen, and you can't meet somebody that's not looking for you know, just these people are just we came to the wrong world, what can you say? But yeah, you never know. And this a relationship can come into this reality. But you know how people are. You're just looking for another disaster, basically. Bobby, question one: the movie "It's a Wonderful Life" has been around me a lot lately. Makes me wonder what the world would be like without me. Well, that's just saying. Can you describe any version of Earth where I was never born? Oh yeah, there's. I mean, there's obviously several where we're happily not born here, but it does. Well, let's put it this way: if you were not on this reality, it just feels like, um, and this guy can go to another version of Earth, but if you weren't here, it feels like the insectoid beings would have their way with people. Like you do shield others from them, but you do get hit by them yourself. Uh, because you're here physically. But if you weren't here, it just feels like people here would be easier to manipulate. Like they're already easy as it is, as you can see. But to get even, you know, is harder. It takes longer for them to take over people. And that doesn't mean you're saving the world, but where you're at, it seems like you are protecting certain individuals that you'll probably never run into, from being completely consumed by, archon, parasitic, manipulations, even time travelers. Like you even say, dissipate the chemtrails. So, it's like you bring an energy shield to certain people. Now, they're not saying how many, but it feels like it's a lot. So just, even where it's the slums there, I feel like it would be worse in some areas. So just certain individuals become more devil-like. It's harder for them to become devil-like. I mean, they can, but it's not as effective. So hopefully that brings some insight to that. Question two. When I asked about connecting with astral self, you mentioned him saying, "Does it matter?" What do you mean by that? Astral self, higher self, yeah, connecting to your higher self, connecting to just your higher consciousness in general. Because it has so many multi versions. I guess it almost feels like you're like past that, past your astral self. Like you just connect to your, higher being. It's like you're above that. Let's put it that way. I know it sounds weird saying that, but it's like you're above the astral self. Like you're like in more of the sixth dimension of this planet. So your astral self is kind of like a kindergartner. It's kind of like yeah, it just feels like you can go beyond it. So whatever word you want to put with that, it just seems like the astral self compared to who you are here feels pretty primitive. I mean, it's advanced, yeah, but it's like you just go past that. Is what I feel there. Like the sixth dimension version of yourself, you can say, or however you want to word it. Annie, when will it be another relationship within a year or longer? When will I be in another relationship longer? But it could be this year. It all depends on the crop that's out there. The meat market. To put it bluntly, you might have to explore other venues. Like some people have the web apps to do that. You might actually find some success there. Was it eHarmony? I'm being serious about that too. Some of those you never know. For someone, you might actually be able to make it work in your favor. Because it seems like you have to kind of break the fourth wall. Because where you're at now, it's not that exciting, and just waiting around, and you put your energy to attract it, do your own spell work to attract it, but you might be not exactly attracting the best, energy. So, I don't know. Look at the safe sites that are halfway decent. You never know. Well, it's worth looking at. Doesn't mean you have to. I don't know. Just it's kind of you have to put yourself into that. You know where you could be found. you know. Yeah, you have to work at it a little bit. Like people go to. Not that you need to go to a singles bar, but it's kind of like that. Maybe not that, but you just have to put yourself where you can be seen. So, not that you're looking for it, but because where you're at now, like at work, that's not going to work. It seems. Question two: I've seen Jesus' face in my third eye and objects. Wow, that's interesting. A message from my God, from him, my God. Yeah, it feels like he's a spirit guide for sure. And it's like yeah, because that wouldn't just show up. Like it's not definitely not a manipulation. It's definitely like I feel like also like a brother energy. You have connections with them. and just he's there to help you clear out self-doubt. He's there to like help you with your abilities. So it's okay to tune into your own, you say, higher power, Christ consciousness, even Mary Magdalene abilities. I feel like it's just there to let you know that you have that ability to truly heal, where you feel comfortable, which you are doing now. But I guess like you're showing you can utilize it more now. You come to a level where you can access it better. So you feel that out. Um, uh, yeah, I get a feeling on that. You just gotta work. Yes, experiment with that. Connected to your higher power. Cloud waterfall. Do you see my life improving as I get older? I feel I feel devastated and stuck every day, and the only thing can help me recover is making more money. Want to focus on that. Yeah, it's, like I said, yeah, it's you're coming to terms with yourself, so yeah, connect to your own power. But it's showing you the energy of the people here is not great. Like I said, when they attract relationships, it's kind of like one train wreck attracts another one. That's all that's usually out there for the most part. you know, it's like and it's just like that on a lot of other things. It's just always making money. Always that's something. Yeah, so you got to open up your options, not just for what you're doing now. It's definitely focus on what you're doing, but also explore other options of your talents. But yeah, it's just here. It's just unfortunately societies continue to go downhill. It's really good at that. Not completely, but you see it. It's like they like it there on fire. It just really it's yeah, it's almost like a barbecue. Like they're setting each other on fire. I mean, it's not everybody doing it, but a lot of it. Or they just join, religious mind control and all that, and just live in that little world. And I mean, that can be peaceful, but it's not for everybody, obviously. It's like, oh, like being fear mongered and all that, Yeah, jeez. It's like choose your mind control, right? But you don't want to be a part of any of that. So, but yeah, definitely focus on making more money for sure. But you have to look at other ventures too. Not like money making schemes, but where else you can utilize their talents, education, whatever it might be. Question two: my mother and my older sister hit me, assaulted me in my face many times when I was very little. It's like I get bouts of anger every time, every day because my life never recovered from that. And a hint of what happened to them, what karma's already hitting them now. And they're kind of, I mean, they know they did the wrong thing, and well, obviously they felt they're doing the right thing at the time. They're just abusing their power. So yeah, you just gotta keep them out of your energy field. Yeah, if you need to put them in their place. Yeah, don't give them anything that you don't feel like they don't deserve. Yeah, you know your boundaries, what you're doing. And you're still doing a clearing there, especially with your mother. So it's definitely good to keep clearing. Like if you play the guitar, it's good to just clear out your mother and your sister's energy or anybody else in your family. Yeah, just keep pushing them out of your energy field because they don't deserve being around you. They're just leeches. Well, they can easily be controlled by devil beings, demonic attachments, and that's what. So, think like a devil goes into your mom's energy and activates her own darkness. Yeah, it's just a demonic realm using them, your mom and your sister, to attack you. Well, it shows that those two are not in good shape either. They're two disasters. So, yeah. Yeah, this world is just. I mean, think about the ocean. We're like in the middle of the ocean of just, broken individuals, basically. Julian, any messages for me from Santa, North Pole? Oh, funny. The elves, etc. I thought you said Eric at the end. Like, who's Eric? um, that'd be funny if you did have an elf by the name of Eric or something like that. That's different. So Santa, yeah, it feels like there's a reality, yeah, where like Santa's main elf has a female, get his act together, get him out there, and then get him on the sleigh, and doesn't mean you're like his secretary, but it's kind of like you're just there to kind of right hand man, you could say. And yeah, it definitely is real, and I feel like it was an authentic Santa. Wasn't some of these crazy ass. Feels that's like this is Santa that was kind of disorganized. To just trying to be a good person, but so very sleepy too, but also disorganized. So and yeah, he had the powers like to go through the chimneys and all that. Yeah, I I don't know. It feels like he kind of wiggles. He touches his nose to like he pokes his nose to go down the chimney. It seems it goes. He lands on the house and he pokes his nose. At least that's one way he does it too. Yeah, because the chimney is a portal. Now, what if somebody doesn't have a chimney, which many don't? Well, he still has to do that gesture to. I feel like the reindeer help him. Yeah, the reindeer helps him with his energy field. Helps him get him through the night too, and then you help him too. Sometimes you go on his, you know, it's like yeah, he works one day a year. Well, they spend all year working on the stuff, so yeah, I don't know how that works. Well, it's a different reality, so it's a little more interesting in ours. What is my connection to winter? Oh, the snow, cold, enchanted darkness. Yeah, thank you. Yeah, seriously, 25. Yeah, thanks. Yeah, same to you. Um, yeah, that's like the Snow Queen energy you're connected to. Well, I feel like you dealt with dark elves and all that in your past, and you just had like the power of ice, power of snow cleansing, like Jack Frost, like a female version of Jack Frost, something like that. There's also snow planets you're connected to. Some of them are in Sirius. So, yeah, just a magic fairy, like I get, yeah, magic fairy is what I get. I mean, you can name it whatever you want. There's different. It might come to you possibly, like a snow elf. That's kind of cool. I didn't heard that. Yeah, and a snow princess. Yeah, so it's not exactly like the Elsa and but similar. And it just, but it doesn't mean you have to be like isolated in ice and just was well, because ice help is a healing frequency too, and that's why you probably like it because it just you can also use it to cover yourself. Use fire and ice for yourself. It feels like ice just works with it. Yeah, you just know how to work ice. You know, yeah, it's like you can you know like even put ice in a drink or something. Feel like you know the right amount. It's like you talk to ice. Something to think about there. That's quite different. Yeah. I don't see why not. Like even like really quick, it's kind of like if you go to like there's a lake that has covered in ice. I always feel like you can pick up on the energy of it, like if it's safe to walk on or not, and know how long to be on there and so on. Obviously, some lakes are so frozen you can drive a car on it, but just to give you some insight into that, that's pretty cool. That's your power, Jane. I am not matching up with my good friend Aline. She's very busy and seems distressed lately. Are there any messages concerning Aline for me? She's a bit of an energy vampire right now. Just as well, so think of like at least I'm getting this for right now. So the end of the year, she's kind of like she needs to get things done on her end. Like I feel like there is some kind of time placement frame that she needs to do what she's doing. So not that she's trying to be bad to you, but it seems like there's some stress around her own timeline where she needs to just focus on her and what she needs to do, whatever that is. And it's a big deal. So, and there's some kind of and let you sit with that one, see where that um but yeah, she's changed. She just there's everyone's getting older, right? So it's just she needs to really focus on her direction. Here's a second question. Any messages about Eileen for me? She is punctual. She's an acupuncture doctor, and I feel her stress in her work. Yeah, I would definitely take a break from her for right now, but feel like the summer, maybe April, actually. That's before summer. But it feels around the summer she'll be in better shape. It's all life stuff. It's truly she's not trying to be an energy vampire at all, but she's going through, yeah, a lot. Like a lot. Just like yeah, it's like the world is kind of coming down on her right now. And she's a worry wart. So her acupuncture, it feels like she's becoming more focused on money recently too. Maybe even getting a little bit greedy recently. So yeah, I don't know. Yeah, she's definitely gotten greedy recently. So and why? Some of us are getting older and just afraid for her future. It could be political related, with the politics have changed. And she doesn't like what's going on there, possibly. I know it sounds weird saying that, but it just feels she doesn't like the current environment of the world that we're going into. Doesn't mean that's all there is, but that's part of it. You have to feel that one out. It just feels like she has fear for the country and all that. I don't know if she's connected to other countries or not. She might think about going somewhere at some point. So yeah, you just have to feel it out if it's a good day to see her or not. Let's put it that way. Okay, Michael. My girlfriend and her daughter moved in. Everything's going good. Do you have anything on that? Be punctual. Just know your boundaries and know your own. Know your space too. No, this is good. Just to yeah, just ideas to keep the good vibes good and just yeah, this is your time of you say technically living stress free. Question two: do you see all of our lives getting better? Well, she has to go through what she has to go through. So I'm not sure if she's ready for that. You know, I don't think you are, but it feels like she needs to go through whatever stress she needs to go through. I imagine you picked up on that. So yeah, you want things to work be better, but she has to go through her will, whatever that is, she has to go through. So it's not your problem. Sarah, message my higher self for all the good I'll accomplish it in 2025. Just songs. Doesn't mean you have to start singing, but it's like the songs is technically kind of like you singing. and just you're doing angel work, and you're helping others forgive themselves, and just you're connected to their higher selves. There might be some like high profile, like was it Bob Dylan? Some of them you might have contribute some artwork towards them, possibly some of your art creations if you feel like they need it or deserve it, or feels like if you need to do anything there, create any art projects for any singers for that matter. You feel that need it for this new, especially those that get older. And it does help yourself too. Yeah. Whatever makes you feel good. Question two: what does a goddess Aphrodite think of my current human form? What purpose of my present petite curvy form? How does my it affect my singing? Romantic heart. Well, yeah, the looks play a big role in who you are in general. It connects to your fairy frequency. So it's really just about your inner power. So it makes you for everything that you are. So yeah, it's embrace it, love it, do everything you want with it, to make your life, you know, what it needs to be. So the more that you love yourself that way, the better, because you weren't always like that. You're getting there. Yeah, you do, but I feel like there's more you can contribute to the self love, which you are. Yeah, you're like at 50%, which is good. I think you're heading for is 95. Brock, any messages from Astral during this process of becoming more independent and moving out during this releasing? Just take it slow at the moving out, but just know, just that the idea is that you're balanced, that you're in your right mind. It's something to think about, like center yourself. Because you probably don't always feel centered. Maybe going to the future too quickly. Aren't we all? And the world is a snail space. But just, if you're going to move out, just know where just as yeah, you have it planned out and everything. So, yeah, feel like you're on the right path for sure. Are there any states or countries that you see me that would be good for me? Hmm. Fill this out. Fills Utah, Wyoming, Utah. Wyoming might actually be pretty nice. Something's there for you somewhere. Yeah, that might make sense to you at some point. Yeah. Yeah, of course, follow your feelings on, yeah, you don't have to rush out to any of those places. Just feel it out. Yeah. Doesn't mean you have to like go there right now or anything like that. Um, or just visit them at some point when you feel the need to do so. Possibly California, visiting wise, California would be good. I don't know if you are where you are. I don't know where you are right now, but yeah, California might be something in the future. Yeah, somewhere that makes sense. Esmeralda, are there going to be any changes for me anytime soon? Am I letting go? Well, do it. Follow your process that works for you. Um, yeah, just concentrate on your kids, of course. It's your boundaries, your kids. Of course, you can still care about your husband and everything. It's quite fine. Still a lot of, you know, pain there. Of course, you feel your kids' pain too, as you know. It's good to cry it out. It's good to get whatever you need out of your system. Just, but for work, yeah, you got to put the energy there for your work to bring in something. Yeah, like yeah, to focus more on income. Yeah, you just put more of your use tarot cards, use oracle cards, whatever. Use some way you feel good luck vibes to bring that in. Just keep putting, mantra, whatever you need to bring in income to bring in abundance for yourself, wherever that needs to come in. But the universe will just keep doing what you're doing. The universe will provide. Question two, you're able to see how he felt that he did not have the kids on the holidays, and I also blocked him onto my phone. Oh, it's good you did that. I'm glad you did that. Yeah, he had no choice. Oh, he felt it. Imagine you felt it. We closed your heart to him, which you had a good reason to do that. He felt so alone when you did that, but I don't think you had any choice. It might hurt doing it, but you felt it was the right thing, and it was. And say, yeah, you have no choice. He's not giving anything to you. Why should you give anything back? So this is you taking your power back. You gave him all the chances in the world, and so this gives him a chance to grow up. So anything can happen there. Doesn't mean you need to wait by the phone, but he can transform at any time. So he's just holding back because he's a big kid. Yeah, he's kind of going through his midlife stuff, as you can see. The midlife crisis stuff. Yeah, he's just making one bad decision after the other. So that's something he has to go through. But you have your kids, and that's what matters. So you get kids, you know, some this will be taught to them if they're too young now, they'll know about it. Yeah, this is good to bring up to when they're old enough to talk to them about it. If they are old enough now, I don't know how that works. If I can't pick up on if they're. But anyway, when the times when you feel like to mention it to them, because it helps them in their life, you know, because they're already feeling it. But when they get older, when they can understand it better, it's like, hey, you didn't want this, but you know, it'll help them in their direction in life. It really has to do with them too, and you. So, as Manny, do you have any messages for me from a 3D life? Just keep living. You're doing good. Yeah, life's a roller coaster ride, but you need to keep doing what you feel is right for you. Have fun. Yeah, be a party girl. That's okay. At your age, what version of that might be. You don't have to get. You don't have to go to teenager mode, but it's good to let it loose. Yeah, you need to live it if you can. Just not you don't have to like do it responsibly, but you have every right to live your life to your fullest. So definitely continue that. You definitely deserve it. So that goes for anybody else out there too. Uh, any advice about my situation with my children? They're hard headed, as you know. You did everything you can there, so just offer your advice. If they're adults or old enough, obviously, just offer your advice and just let them do their thing. If you're young, you're still in charge, so you can. I'm just going to use the term. You can slap them around or whatever. You know what I mean. But teaching them responsibility. If they're young still, of course they're kind of. You can always learn that even if they're older. But yeah, it's teaching your kids responsibility. That's the biggest thing. If there's anything they learn from you, it's that. You know how that goes. Just to take care of themselves, mind others. Doesn't mean you have to be perfect, but just to, you know, also consequences of their life choices and all of that. So, but yeah, your boundaries with your kids too. Like if they make bad choices, you can help to a degree, but that's their life and not yours. You know, so you got let them to suck the life out of you because like, hey, if they make a bad choice, you can help if you feel like you need to, but a lot of it's also kind of like they dug that hole themselves too. So doesn't mean you have to save them. You know, it's kind of like that term when people have their own kids. Like other people's like, "Hey, I'm not trying to help you and your kids." Well, that's not if they're not your kids, it's not your problem. It's kind of like that. It's like these are your kids, but their problems don't have to be yours. You know what boundaries are for that. So, yeah. Um, all right. Lars, I don't know, Christmas. Oh yeah. Sorry, a couple years ago, I fall asleep watching YouTube every night, and YouTube would continue to play my feel. But every morning, I woke up different sections of the same movie. Gospel of John. This went on for months for some reason. Oh, because you knew John the Baptist. That's why. Hmm. One day, I woke up to the movie as unusual, but then I had the day off. Instead of turning it off, I thought I would want her to watch it. So as I knew the movie old seen in my sleep so many times, I also became familiar with a good bit of watching entirely awake. Never came to my YouTube feed again. And was this last time it played? Was there some message for me from sexy Jesus in this movie? Isn't Jesus sexy in all his movies? Sitting there on the cross. Isn't that kind of whatever? The Gospel of John. Uh, you have to see what that. Huh. There's some elements there. No, you're definitely connected to that. Yeah, definitely connected to that time period. Just reminding you. I would clear out any type of belief system and all of that because I feel like it's ran its course. Yeah, you graduated from that time period for sure, but there's still some remnants there. It feels like you did know John the Baptist, and of course, you had Jesus. You can say you knew Jesus as that, as similar to that, an attractive Jesus. Yeah, yeah. I definitely feel like you're attracted to him for sure. Um, how might have been, yeah, more than that. There might have been actually a relationship. But I feel like he had a relationship with different women in his past, obviously, right? But then again, you're Jesus. You have to feel that one out. I wouldn't be surprised if you're like one of his, you know, relationships before Mary Magdalene or something. Yeah. I mean, I'm saying that, taking that seriously too when I say that. I'm not saying it in a dirty way or anything like that, but it feels like there was something there. And John the Baptist is some kind of friend or something like that. He was definitely there. Question two, I've been seeing 222. I woke up at 12:12, woke up 2:2, sent my boyfriend a text message at 2:2. Or that evening, my boyfriend and I texted back and forth. My phone was acting strange. Sent him messages too. Well, I feel like he was also part of that time period too, somewhere. Like you met him after the whole John the Baptist connection. It feels like you still knew Jesus, but it wasn't that strong of a connection anymore. It feels like he was just there for. It feels like your boyfriend was there for you when you needed him, and there was some kind of relationship there in that during that time period in the Bible time period. Yeah, yeah. Without going through all this, we're kind of reading through it. And then yeah, 222. A text found out the Google. Yeah, the I love you. Really? Does that really what it mean? Is that what 222 means? And is there three twos means I love? Is it really? Sure. Maybe it's different for everybody. After that, never came back like a child poking me, getting my attention. I just feel like you're showing your boyfriend appreciation that he's there. We're appreciating each other, that you're connected in this timeline. Like you're kind of kind of saving each other because you've been lost before, especially during that time period. Because I feel like the vibe I got feels like you did get pulled away into Jesus's world, and your boyfriend helped you pull yourself out of that. You got swept away by the power of Jesus and the followers and all that, and your boyfriend was there too. Like, as an anchor, like, hey, you don't have to keep following the Beatles. Jesus is kind of like the Beatles are in that time, kind of as one person technically, rock star, and your boyfriend brought you down to earth. You could say that's cool. So you're showing appreciation for each other. That's neat. That's different. Yeah, definitely some major release there for sure. So yeah, feel free to connect to that. Whatever else you need to release there. So okay, all right, sounds good. All right, thank you everyone for posting your questions, and back tomorrow. All right, take care. Blessings.